This is your 5-minute warning, guys. Is the mic on? Could you hear that? I heard that. You heard that. This is the 5-minute warning. We're going to start in 5 minutes. Can you guys hear me? Oh, it's on. Hello, everybody. Keep on eating, keep chewing. Don't worry about that. My name is Kathy O'Keefe, and I am the president of HPAC, and I am proud to be the president of HPAC. Thank you. There's a lot of people that are behind me, not physically, but in the work that we do, and you'll get to meet them all later. I am really excited at this time of year that we have to stop and take a look at all that we've accomplished. And year after year, it just brings me to tears how much we have accomplished with all of your support. We've got our programs that we continue to do year after year, and every year we add new programs to that. So you'll get a chance to see the 2 new programs that we're starting this year that have been really exciting. But of course, there's a lot of thank yous that go along with this job. I really want to thank the Doffing Fund that has allowed us to do one of our new projects that we have been super excited about. You'll see it in a video soon, and it's called Arts for the Ages. So watch for that, it's wonderful. Also, the Lockwoods. The Lockwoods own Hastings Arts Center here, and they graciously open their doors for us every year. Our friendship and partnership and how we, thank you. Our partnership and our friendship just continues to grow every year, and we realize that both being in the arts world, there's a lot that we can do with and for each other. So that's been a wonderful partnership. I also have to say good night to my grandchildren because it's going to be bedtime pretty soon, even though they love to watch me on TV. But good night, Savannah and Martine, Elena, Ivy, Silas, and Lennox. Thanks for watching. We're going to start out the show tonight with the person that starts out every year with us, our mayor, Mary Fassbender, is going to come up and talk about how the arts impact our community. All right, thank you, Mary, for being here.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. One of my favorite nights of the year, along with Stephen Reed, who is on HPAC, and along with our Arts and Culture Commission. This is so important for many reasons to have these commissions and organizations come together because it helps our city. Viewing through the community is, art through the community is one of my personal favorites, and to see each year the continual things that Kathy will explain later as to what these people do in our community brings tourism, it brings financial support, it brings people together, and I think that is a big part of why I love the Arts Commission, Culture, HPAC. Prescott and Hastings, we get to work together. We're 2 different cities, we're 2 different states, but boy, we're powerful when we come together. Hastings' mission strives to be creative arts and cultural community where everyone can participate, and that is really one thing I want to stress. There was nothing better than the partnership we had when we painted the utility unit box at the pickleball courts, now pickleball courts, tennis courts. That was such a fun event to see little children paint, to older people to paint. I got to paint part of the Cardinal, which is very near and dear to me. So that was really a special event this summer, and I'm sure that we're going to have more and more of these opportunities in the future. The City of Hastings Art and Culture Commission was established in 23, and they have done so much work for our community, and I do want to give them a shout out along with HPAC. Stephen is going to give you a little update what has been done.
Thank you. So the commission we would not be here with our Arts and Culture Commission if it weren't for the work that HPAC has done, starting from the Hastings' art report that HPAC was able to commission and put forward, all the way to having our own city code and being able to write it. It's been really fantastic. It's really fun to work with everybody. I am kind of in a special position where I'm in both worlds at the same time. But without HPAC, we wouldn't be able to have the successes that we have. We've had some really fun stuff, like we did the utility box. We've had artists come out and do Shakespeare in the Park with us. And we, last November, were able to vote and decide upon an artist to put a mural on the side of the Civic Arena for Hockey Day coming forward. So it's been an absolutely amazing partnership, and without HPAC, yeah, we wouldn't be here, and without everybody here, HPAC wouldn't be able to do what they're doing. So it's really cool to see everybody come together and everybody work together just to help make Hastings more beautiful and bring more arts into our community.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Mary kind of touched on this a little bit. I don't think people realize how unique it is that HPAC was started about 18 years ago. Do I have that right, Dick? Or maybe 16, long time ago. And it started with two friends who had the same vision of creating more art in our communities. And these two friends happen to live in two different cities. They happen to live in two different states. So Dick Graham and Charvik conceived of this idea all those years ago. And it makes it incredibly unique that we're in two different states. And that's something that's really hard for people to understand how that can work. But it works. And it's got a lot of advantages to it. One of them that I love is that we can access funding from both states. So that works in our favor really well. It has its challenges too. But it's been just really a unique opportunity for both of our communities to work together. So I think that just sets us off as being so unique right off the bat. We have a lot of projects that we're balancing all the time. People bring us, most of our ideas come from the community where people are saying, hey, well, could we do this? Could we have this? And we realize that all of our projects are projects that continue and continue, they never end, and we keep adding to them. I want you guys tonight, as you're listening to our story, which you'll see on a lot of our videos, I want you to be thinking about how you might be able to be involved. And there's two opportunities for anybody here. We are building our board right now, so if you are intrigued about the idea of helping make decisions about the projects that are going to be coming up and want to be involved at that level, consider letting us know that you'd like to be on the board. The other thing is we're always looking for volunteers. So putting on these projects and keeping them going year after year takes a lot of manpower. So if you're the kind of person that wants to just get involved and do a one and done, we would love to have you on our team. So please consider those two opportunities as you're watching all the projects that we're working on. With all of this, we became overwhelmed with all that we were dealing with. And so we were able to spend about 6 months with Brenda Kazar, who is one of our friends that conceived of this big project of, can we have the arts in our community? Now she's helped us create a strategic plan. So we worked for about 6 months organizing all of our projects and putting them into a 5-year plan. And it really helps us stay focused and look ahead to see what's coming up and what we have to prepare for. But it also has to be, we have to be really open to the fact that sometimes projects jump up ahead quicker than we were ready to because of circumstances out of our control. And one of those very happy things happened to us this year, that a project came forward that we weren't necessarily ready for, but we could not say no to it. And that is something that we've lovingly called the Red Building for many months. I think a lot of you know that on Ramsey, 213 Ramsey is going to be a real exciting place for us. We got the keys on Monday, and yeah. Super exciting to have a storefront in our town. We have our Orange Dragon in Prescott, so we've got a real visible presence in Prescott, and now we'll have a visible presence here. So I want you to watch the video explaining more carefully the vision of the red building.
I'm Erin Hayden, and I am the newest board member for HPAC. I am really excited to be a part of it, in a large part because I'm married to an artist, and I know how hard it is to be an artist. It's like being a small business owner. I am a small business owner. It's really important that there are places, physical places, to support artists where they can show their work, but we also want to have collaboration spaces. So one of the really exciting things that we're working on is the Red Building. What is the Red Building? We already have the Orange Dragon in Prescott, and that is a gorgeous gallery space where we sell and promote artists' work. But we've been getting a lot of feedback from the community that we need a collaboration space, more of a maker space, where people can come if they want to, for example, have a beading circle. They could come and use that space, and it's not going to cost them really anything. We kind of need to have a hub, a place where we can all organize what we're doing for the arts. We want to do some things like have more art classes. We have so many wonderful places like, Squeaky Wheel. We have a gorgeous fiber store. We have artists doing things individually in their own home studios, but to be able to bring that community together and do things like art crawls and have First Fridays and just really make this almost like an arts district. So one of the coolest things about this building that we're going into is the accessibility. You can walk to it. It's right downtown. It's absolutely in the center of all these different places that sell art, that make art. We have classrooms, we have flex space where different groups can meet up. If you wanted to have a crafting circle or something to that effect, or if there's another nonprofit that they don't have their own space, they can absolutely meet in there. We're wanting to foster the arts in many different ways. I remember when I moved here, I saw this adorable little downtown, and there were lots of places to shop and buy things, but I was actually kind of surprised that we didn't have a big maker space. I'm excited to live in a community that has that, and I hope that you are too, and that you are very generous and choose to help us get this off the ground. We'd love to have you at our new building. Choose to help us get this off the ground. We'd love to have you at our new building.
This building that, is my mic on? Oh, it is. This building that came our way was something that we weren't ready for, and yet the city made such a wonderful request of us, and we worked together and we figured out how to make it happen, and we are ready to move into the red building. Scott, are you going to come up and let these people know how everybody can help? We have a lot of guests here today, Scott. That's why it's hard to move around. I think Erin's going to come up too. Oh, good. Erin, come up. How did I not have that on my list?
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm Scott Northart. I'm the treasurer of HPAC, and I want to thank all of you for being here. It's such a wonderful gathering, and a lot of support for the arts in our community is sitting in this room. And we've got an opportunity for you to help tonight. As Erin mentioned in the video, we're taking over the space in the red building, and we have a name for it. Stephen? Hastings Creative Space? Okay, I caught him right in the middle.
Good tag. HPAC Create Space. So it's an opportunity to be creative. And we thought about a lot of ways that we can use that building. As Kathy mentioned, it's in our strategic plan. But we sponsor the River Valley Band, and they're already interested in storing their music there and possibly having meetings there. We've got a new
group, the River Valley Chorale, that we sponsor in town. We've got the Hastings Writers Guild that Diane Syed started a long time ago, that is still going strong, and a lot of other organizations that we support. And this is a space now that we can bring them all together and collaborate on projects and provide opportunities for artists and the artist community in Hastings to continue to develop and to show their work and to demonstrate what they do. So we're excited about it. So what we decided tonight for the gala, of course this is our biggest fundraiser of the year, is we came up with a fund a need option. And the fund a need opportunity that we created was to outfit the Hastings Creative Space, HPAC Creative Space, with all the things we need to provide art lessons and meetings and other things in that space. And we need things like chairs and tables. We're going to have to change some of the flooring in the building a little bit. We'll need easels and painting supplies and a lot of other things. So our fund a need is we're going to try to raise $10,000 for that space so that when we move in, actually we just took the keys this week, but over the next probably 2 months, we're going to renovate the space and make it all ready for us to really take off in Hastings. So on your table, there's a card, a pledge card, and we're looking for individuals who are willing to step up and support this great opportunity we have for the city of Hastings, and I include Prescott in that too, since we collaborate across the river. But it's an opportunity for us to make this project happen. And I like to say that HPAC has really been a catalyst for change in the community. And I always like that quote that Margaret Mead has, that never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. And she said, indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. And this is really an opportunity for us to make change and to drive change. And you can be a big part of that. So if you're willing to make a pledge, take a look at that card and just write your name and a pledge amount. We'll contact you later and get your donation. But we really would appreciate your support. So what I'm going to do, we usually have professional auctioneers do this, and I'm not that good at it, but I'm going to try. So is anybody willing to donate $2,000 to this opportunity? We have one. All right. Thank you, Mitch. Appreciate that. Anybody else? And we need somebody from the HPAC to go pick up these cards as they're holding them up. How about $1,000? Anybody for $1,000? Okay, we have one there. We've got two there. Thank you. Any others for $1,000? All right, how about $500? We have anybody for $500? Okay, we've got one back there, $500. Another one there. All right, great. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Okay, anybody else for $500? Okay, how about $250? A great opportunity. Oh, for Reed. Jeff. Thank you very much. Anybody else? 250? Thank you. Oh, there's another one. All right. They're really coming in now. There's another one. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Okay, how about $100? Do we have anybody for $100? Okay, quite a few out here. $100, $100, $100 there, $100 there, $100 there, $100 there. Great. Okay, this is super. $50. Anybody for $50? There's $50. Okay, we got a couple more. Thank you for your support. So, and if anybody else wants to fill out a card and drop it off at the check-in desk on your way out, we really appreciate your support. This is just wonderful to see the outpouring of support here tonight, and we're really going to make great things happen in Hastings and Prescott for the arts community. So thank you very much.
That was quite exciting. I'm feeling a little verklempt. Now, Mike Harridge is another one of our board members that has an opportunity for people too.
Hi, group. I don't know how many of you are familiar with trip planner services for charitable groups like this, but they scour the country finding good buys and good bargains on trips to Florida, California, the Rockies, Sun Valley, wherever, and they package these trips with special items that they find that only they can have access to. So it makes a real nice package for travel. We we have decided at HPAC that rather than auctioning these off or whatever, when we might actually get neighbors fighting each other, so that we would just offer these trips at our cost plus 10%. And if you compare that price against doing it on your own, you're gonna discover that our price is usually better. So being in Minneapolis, it's really nice too, because you can generally get a nonstop flight on good old Delta to and from places like Cabo. You know, you wake up in the morning and get on a Delta plane, not 4 in the morning for Sky Country, and actually get to Cabo that day, go through passports, and you're having a drink at the all-inclusive bar that afternoon. So, yeah. So, please, I'm going to be out in the lobby after this is over, but contact any HPAC member if you want to do this later or choose to do it later. But I'll be there. I'll have my business cards, and I'll be happy to work with you to find a trip that might be of interest. Mitch Stewart, who's the one we work with, has 172 trips that to Tuscany, the Red Rock area of Sedona, Charleston, South Carolina is a big group favorite here. A couple of us have taken that trip, and it's just fantastic. So, anyway, Kathy.
I'm thinking Coffee Mom's trip sometime. What do you guys think? Let's do it. I've alluded many times to the programs that we have, and we've got our standard programs that we do every year, and we've got some new ones that have been so exciting. Through the Doffing Fund, we were able to get enough funding to do a new program called Arts for the Ages. And it's a program where we've hired an artist to go into one of our senior residences, the Senior Health and Living Facility, or Augustana for those of us that have been here forever and ever. So the old Augustana, those residents get a chance to work with an artist every week, and it is fabulous to listen to the conversation that's going on and the projects they're doing, and this has been our vision for a long time to do that, and because of the Doffing Fund, this was the year that we got to get it started. That's one of our programs. The other super exciting program is we have a group of really special people I'm going to talk about in depth later, but they're called our Arts Heroes. And our Arts Heroes last year had decided that they wanted to pool their money together and to start something that was really special to a lot of them, and that was to have a community chorale. And chorale, am I saying that correctly so you know I mean singing group? So we have started as a Hastings Prescott chorale in our community. And I believe there are about 78 people that stepped forward and said, I want to get back to singing. They're going to be having a show December 18th? 15th. I don't want anyone to go on the wrong day. Next week on the 15th. And at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Thank you. Is there anything more you want to say about that? But that is awesome. This has been a vision of a lot of people in our town, and it is really exciting. I got a chance to go and do some videotaping of their practice, and I'm amazed at what they can do after just a couple weeks of being together. But we're going to watch a video of some of these newer programs for you to see.
Hastings Prescott Arts Council serves as a catalyst for the arts in our communities, the communities of Hastings and Prescott. In addition to being a catalyst, we also do a lot on an ongoing basis to support the arts. You don't have to be an artist to appreciate art. What I always like to say is I'm not an artist, but I feel good when I see and experience art in many forms. You can love paintings, you can love sculptures, you can love music, you can love dance, you can love instrumentation, you can love a lot of different things. And whatever you find joy in is a benefit to you personally.
My name is Dan Retka, and I'm a member of the River Valley Band. River Valley Band is a community concert band. There are many of them across the country. Minnesota has a lot of community concert bands, and we're just grateful to be a part of that concept of having amateur, volunteer musicians gather together to create music and to create a community wherever they may be found. It was about 15 years ago that HPAC approached a few musicians here in Hastings about forming a band, and at that time those few people were anxious to get into that relationship. And so with a small amount of financial support from HPAC and some enthusiasm from these few people, the band got started. And 15 years later, we're at 65 plus members, and we're extremely grateful to HPAC for the support they've given us over the years. We wouldn't be here without them, frankly. We're always welcoming new members of any skill level. We don't have auditions. We just want you to come and grow the skills that you have and have fun playing with our organization.
My name is Jessie Eckrode. I'm a Hastings-based artist and art instructor. I am also the communications coordinator at Carpenter Nature Center. It is my personal and professional philosophy that art is for everyone. I'm so happy to be involved with HPAC right now, teaching art classes at the Augustana Senior Living Facility. The main goal isn't whatever the project is that they're producing. The main goal is just to engage in that creative process, to learn something new, to have fun, to kind of let the creative juices flow, and it's really great to socialize also.
The first project I fell in love with. Anybody can do this. We took leaves, we painted them white and impressed them down on paper, and then we put a coat of color on it, and then we did another coat of white over that. These colors mixed between each other and blended each other, and our final product was this tray.
Jessie, our instructor, she breaks down the program so you don't have to be knowledgeable on art. She breaks it down from simple steps. We have a couple residents in our program that come that don't get out of their rooms. They choose not to come out for programs. They just like the visits from families and friends. But when they heard about this, they've come out weekly.
We are talking, we're having fun, we're giggling, we're working off each other. I like this tray. It means a lot to me. My favorite colors are burgundy, and it made me happy, made my husband happy, and we are going to display this in our house.
My name is Sarah Lockwood, and I am the owner and artistic director of Hastings Arts Center. And HPAC is an artistic partner and has been a lot through the years that we have owned the Arts Center. In fact, I think we wouldn't own the Arts Center without HPAC. Right now, HPAC is sponsoring our coffee concert series for the 24-25 season. And one of my great loves of the outreach in the community is the Music and Munching program, and they partnered with us with that as well and funding those outreach visits to the schools. So the coffee concerts are once a month on various Tuesdays in the morning, 10:30 a.m. and it has grown to be quite the social event as well as a great music experience for everybody, even the performers. They enjoy coming, and it's more like being in your living room with a performer. The performers interact with the audience, and people are really looking forward to the coffee concerts every month and ask like, oh, what's the next one? What's the next one? And I think they're pleasantly surprised by some of the concerts that we've had as far as they're learning something new about a particular instrument or composer or just the performers themselves. So I always hear wonderful feedback from the audience members about what they have witnessed.
HPAC is noted for its support of a diversity of arts, performance art in drama and in music, visual arts, and among the other forms they support is the art of the written word. My name is Mike Kelly, and I lead the HPAC Writers Group. We are people who like to write and who like to read. We get together and we talk about what we're currently working on. We exchange progress on each of our projects and the challenges that we face. And then we study the craft of writing. Writing does have its technical aspects, and we take turns exercising those, giving ourselves the opportunity to write with those technical features in mind. The members of our group write in a variety of genres. You can join the writers group anytime. We meet on Tuesdays at 6:30 at the Pleasant Hill Library. All we ask you to do is bring a pencil and a paper, because we will write.
We also support the Recreation Arts Police Program, which is the RAP program, which is a summer program for school kids, and it gives them an opportunity to get out and participate in recreation and get to know individuals from the local police force, and we provide the arts-related content for that. And each week we have a different type of art that kids can participate in, some very creative activities, and that's one of our really more successful programs.
It is a program at the parks where we do art with the police. Some of the things that I've done at that program are we made bird feeders, we did finger painting, we also did this sculpture kind of art with natural items like sticks and leaves. I always find the art projects extremely fun. You can always add your own fun spin on them, which I find fun. I like to do bunnies, so I normally have something bunny included in all of my art. It makes me feel good, and it's just a really fun pastime for me. Kind of helps like relax, like if I've had like a crazy day at school or something, it helps me kind of relax and just enjoy. In the future with more art, I think I'd like to become an artist. Next year in RAP, we're planning on doing art projects that can work for older and younger students, or kind of kids of all ages. So you can add your own creative spin on it and make them super detailed, or you can just do the project really kind of more free.
The River Valley Chorale is a brand new organization of vocal music singers from the Hastings community, and currently we have 78 members, all ages. I think Hastings has a rich history of choral music, and I think it just shows that the adults in this community have come through a lot of the education programs and still want to sing.
It's an offshoot of HPAC. Our heroes from HPAC thought this would be a great idea, so they had the idea and they have gone forward, and it's been going over great. And we have a wonderful leader in Ryan McCoy, who is from Hastings originally, and he's wonderful. He picks the greatest music for us.
It gives us an opportunity to sing together with other people who want to have that same experience and bonding, and helps you mentally to relax, to decrease stress, to have, you know, a healthier lifestyle by adding music into the picture.
It makes your life more joyful.
I am seated next to a gal who is from the Red Wing area. She says that she's been waiting for a community choir to form in the Red Wing area, and it never has happened there. So she's driving, and there are several other people that I've met who are also driving into the Hastings community. So I feel like that just enriches our community to have people coming from outside.
That just shows you how joyful things can get, and they're happy people. We're happier if we sing.
Our very first concert is on December 15th. Ryan has picked some great music, and it's coming together. For a brand new group to come together and sing at Christmas is pretty cool.
There is a lot going on out there. I want you to know that Juliet, one of the little girls that was talking about the rap program, I was so impressed with her. She comes every single week, and she does the project with a bunny in mind. And I asked her to join our team, so she and I and another friend are going to be planning all the activities, and Juliet is already on Pinterest planning activities. All right, another program that we do that is so unique and so wonderful is we have the Arts Heroes. And the Arts Heroes are a group of people, they have been recognized over the years for their immense contributions to the arts in our community. And I would like those that have been recognized as Arts Heroes to please stand. There are a lot of them here today. Let's give them a hand. So every single year we recognize another person, one from Hastings and one from Prescott, and today we're going to honor our new Arts Heroes that are going to join this very exclusive club. So I'd like the Arts Heroes to come on up, please. Chris Faltasek is here from representing Prescott. And Ann and Bill Sylvander are representing Hastings, and they're going to tell you a little bit about themselves, and you'll get to tell why they were selected. All right, you guys are first? Chris, I think Chris is going to play last, right? Yep. Okay, so Ann, do you want to come first? You got this, Ann. Come on. I'll hold your hand. Come on. You got this.
Thank you, everybody, for all the congratulations. Arts Hero, I hardly figure I fit into that category. I keep my speech brief, so how HPAC has impacted me is way back in the beginning when it became a nonprofit organization. My neighbor, my good neighbor Dick Graham, came over and said, "Would you like to track membership?" And from there it just blossomed into a lot of spreadsheets, but also galas, not unlike tonight, but a lot of work behind the scenes, and of course the Orange Dragon played into it. I started out in the garden there and worked my way inside, and worked with some wonderful people there and met many new artists, and ended up just managing the gallery by myself for a couple years. But I had two good teachers, Becca Page and Libby Unger, that I worked with to learn the ropes. And now I got Casey Johnson taking over, which I met going to a Prescott Chamber of Commerce meeting way back before she was in HPAC. So.
Good catch.
Anyway, so I wanted to thank everybody for this opportunity. It's with much gratitude and appreciation. And HPAC has grown into like a blossom into something that we only could envision years ago. So thank you, everybody.
Hi, I'm Bill Sylvander. I guess some of you know me from Sylvander's Frame Shop.
Yes.
I frame for some of you some of the artists that are here tonight. And I ran that business for 51 years. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about myself. I worked for Dakota County and I painted the center lines there for 35 years. I painted one of the biggest murals in the county. I guess I never really did finish it because I worked on it. I worked on it every year. Limited to 2 colors, yellow and white, of course. Anyway, I started out in custom framing in Hastings here, at the Hastings Paint and Wallpaper, and I worked for them a couple of years, and I started on my own out of our house, and I framed there. And it was kind of sad to sell the business and move on, but it gave me time to paint again. And I really enjoy what I'm doing now. I paint every Thursday or when I can with the Prescott Little Colony Arts Group, and I enjoy it over there with Shar and the rest of them and Tom. And I paint a lot at home right now. I guess I'm not a stranger to HPAC. In the very early years, I think it was first year or two, I worked behind the scenes with the assembling the pieces for the auction. And I organized it so that the runners could hand out the pieces and get them in a timely manner to the people that were leaving. But other than that, I did work with HPAC with the Hastings River Lofts down there, Art Space. And I was involved with Dick and a few other people in selecting people for the building, for the renters, and I kind of enjoyed that. You met a lot of different people, and anyway, I appreciate the opportunity there and everything, and I thought, I guess what I can say is, I don't know what to say about about this award. About this award tonight, I just didn't feel like I was really worthy of it. But I want to thank you all very much for it. I wasn't expecting to be an arts hero. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I wish you could have heard the conversation that went on about all the candidates, and people love you. And he also has a donation out there in the auction, so check it out. It's at the church in Meesville. Is that correct?
Vermillion.
Vermillion,
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay,
Uh-oh,
Kathy.
sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
And Chris, come on up.
My story began over 50 years ago in Prescott when I started taking piano lessons from Mrs. Rowan. I've only taken 2 years of piano because as a young kid I'd prefer to play my own kind of music. 3 years after my piano lessons started, I started playing for church. So fast forward for a couple years, I became active with the Prescott Historical Society and the Pierce County Historical Society. So as a kid in elementary school and high school, I had some wonderful mentors. In the arts, in the music, at church, and when they say it takes a village to raise a child, it's true. Fast forward now to about 1990, I used to be the director of liturgy and music here in this church. So I used to play here too, and I remember Sylvanders were parishioners here, so it's interesting how our paths have kind of connected over the years. Currently, I'm a music director at an Episcopal church. I still play at St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. I'm involved with the Historical Society, and through my family, we've always found it very important to give back to the community. So I'm very grateful to your support, and having the support from peers means a lot too, so thank you.
You want to tell us what you're going to play
I'll be
today?
playing a song of mine that I wrote called With Grateful Thanksgiving. So I figure I'm just so thankful for all of you.
Okay. after 2 years of lessons? That's amazing. Oh, I've lost my train of thought, and that is not easy to do. One of the things that I love about the Arts Heroes program, I am not an arts hero, but I get to go to their meetings because I represent HPAC and I get to tell them what's going on with HPAC. But if you guys would know the conversation that was so rich when the Arts Heroes are talking about who else should join their group. There were lots and lots of names out there. There's a lot of art going on in our communities, and it's really an honor that you guys were selected and get to be in that special group of people. We just thank you so much for accepting the offer and joining the group. Sadly, we lost one of our Arts Heroes this year. Ken Rowan was a member of the Arts Heroes for many years. And one of the things that he and his wife Deanna felt really strongly about was to have an art gallery in the town of Prescott. And they found a building, and they bought the building, and they allowed HPAC to have the main floor and have a gallery there. And because Ken was incredibly generous and charged us hardly any rent at all, we were able to keep that building going for I don't know how many years, thousands of years. But it's such a wonderful, special place, and we knew that Deanna had passed a couple years ago, and we knew that when Ken passed that a change would happen, and we weren't quite sure what that would look like. But wonderfully, we have Megan Langer here, a resident from Prescott who bought that building and graciously has allowed us to remain a tenant of hers for how long we don't know. But thank you, Megan. We are so grateful that we're able to continue to remain one of your tenants, and that takes a big relief off. Now we have a building in both towns, and that is super exciting. Also, let's see, one of our best programs, our biggest program, is we have a scholarship fund. And a scholarship fund, anybody can apply for a scholarship. Most of the time they're granted. Linda Binman is in charge of our scholarship program. But it's amazing the kinds of things that people are doing out there and the financial support that they need to get started in their art. And it's exciting for us to be able to say yes as often as we can. And so we're going to watch a video about some of the people that got scholarships this year and what it's meant to them.
HPAC has a wonderful arts scholarship program every year. And we allocate $8,000 for that program. And a lot of that money goes towards music lessons for individuals who may not otherwise be able to participate. Arts can be an expensive undertaking for families, so we're there to support them. We have individuals we've supported that participate in the high school show choir program that might not otherwise be able to afford the cost of that. We have individuals who have taken dance lessons, who have taken art lessons of different types, and our art and music scholarship program makes all of that happen. So it's a wonderful program we support. We see a lot of interest in that every year.
Hi, my name is Nellie and I'm 10 years old and I play the oboe. I take lessons right here at the Hastings Performing Arts Center. It's been going really good. The oboe is really challenging, so it's a really struggle for me because I'm usually good at most of the things that I try, but it's helped me kind of, I don't know, feel better and calmer. It feels like I'm proud of myself. I finally get it, and then it's really easy from there. At the instrument fair, when I tried it, it felt really challenging, which I wanted, but also really fun. I really wanted a woodwind instrument, and it was just my favorite. It helps me do better in other things. I really like my teacher, and he's really funny. His name is David, and he really helps me. It makes me feel really calm and relaxed. Usually I can blow it really loud and it drowns my brothers out. So I'm really excited about playing like a solo one day and going to like, there's some oboe like concerts and stuff where you go to like Greece or like some of those cool places. It's really calming and relaxing and relieves stress and anxiety and anger.
Okay. Kirk, the impact video, pardon me, but I need a cue word. I'm sorry. I don't think that's ever happened. You don't have to clap, that's okay. Well, that sounds easy. The impact video happens to be about the impact that the arts have made within our community. And we've pulled a lot of people together who have real strong thoughts about the impact that we've made in our community. That's what it is.
Art should be accessible every day to everyone that wants to participate in it. People who have art in their lives, they are happier, they are more productive, they get to have a release. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and to be able to create something beautiful that other people can enjoy and you can communicate in that form to others, that's something. Art should be accessible every day to everyone that wants to participate in it. People who have art in their lives, they are happier, they are more productive, they get to have a release. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and to be able to create something beautiful that other people can enjoy and you can communicate in that form to others, that's something that's worth supporting.
On many levels, it elevates the culture in our town. It brings opportunities to people that otherwise would not be able to have those opportunities. It just creates beauty in all things. HPAC has been a launching pad for a lot of events in the cities of Hastings and Prescott. I see HPAC as just creating more and more opportunities for the community. If people would like to see more opportunities in the community, then definitely supporting HPAC will make that happen.
We did a study that demonstrated that there was a significant amount of arts-related activity and business in the Hastings and Dakota County area. There was really a need to support that, to foster that, and help accelerate and enlarge the footprint that the arts have in our community. We went to the city and demonstrated a need for an Arts and Culture Commission, which is now in place. Their purpose is to support the arts through planning and development activities on behalf of the city. They support public art in our community. You've seen murals around, you've seen sculptures around the community. And when there are planning or development related questions, now the arts have a voice as part of that. That will ensure that we continue to support the arts into perpetuity with that Arts and Culture Commission.
There's no other organization like HPAC. Support to HPAC will enrich all of our lives together. And I do mean together, because we're going to rub shoulders at concerts, at art galleries, at other exhibits that HPAC performs and puts on. It's extending the real purpose of community and culture.
Arts people are caring people. They tend to be happy people.
Our lives would be empty and vacant without the presence of arts. We're surrounded by works of art in our everyday lives, so much so that we can take them for granted. This is something we must never do, and an organization like HPAC makes sure we won't.
In fact, the sculpture that's outside here, oh, I just loved it. I'm so happy that we have it. I used to have a lot of metal sculptures outside my house. When they put that one up here, I'm like, I finally am at home again because I have art outside my front door.
You could be on this stage next year at this time. Or you you can certainly volunteer to hang out with us. It's super fun. So come on up. And do you guys want to say your name and what project you work on? No, nobody wants to do that. Well, here's the board. This is the group. And
Debbie, yeah. Debbie who fed us tonight, so. Debbie who fed us tonight, so thank
Debbie,
you.
yes. Oh my gosh. Is this everybody? Wonderful.
And where's Erin? Yeah, Erin's out front. Erin's out serving beverages. So Erin.
Well, that's an important board function too. But I just wanted to remind everybody, the auction is still open until 7:30, so take the opportunity to get some bids in. It's a great fundraiser for us. We're already over $24,000, and then the fund to need tonight was about $7,000, so we're already over $30,000 total. So, thank you. But there's still opportunity to increase your bids and bid against your table mates and friends here. And we got a lot of great auction items. You saw what's out there. The community has really stepped up in terms of the donations. We've got wonderful gift baskets that members of the community created. We've got Sparky the sea lion. Everybody remember Sparky from the Como Zoo? Well, Dale Lewis took recycled computer cases and made a sea lion out of those. That is just an incredible piece out there. It's for rent at your business or your home. I thought if somebody had an in-ground pool, it might be nice to put there. But it's a beautiful piece, and Dale's an excellent craftsman and an arts hero as well. But we've got a lot of other great items out there. Some art items. What? Oh, yes, I should mention. Okay, last night in this very space, Jeff and Stacy Carlson had a Christmas party. And every year, Jeff and Stacy have a contest to decorate a Christmas tree. So we have 2 live Christmas trees, and they split their family into 2 groups. And each group decorated a Christmas tree to see who could do a better job. And so we have these live Christmas trees. They're in the auction. And you can bid on those and have them delivered to your house tomorrow. We've got bags to wrap them, and they'll bring a completely decorated live Christmas tree to your home. So you don't have to go out and buy one or decorate one. It's like instant Christmas, just like that. So we really appreciate Jeff and Stacy donating those. So you can bid on those in the auction as well. A lot of great items out there as we've talked about, and we've got the beer, wine, and spirits poll, and a lot of different things that you can participate in. And it all goes to a great cause, supporting the arts in our community. So bid right up to that 7:30 limit. What'll happen, I'll close the auction at 7:30, and we do what's called an instant electronic checkout. If you do have your credit card in there, it will run the charges immediately, and all you have to do is pick up your items and head home. You get an emailed receipt for your items. If by any chance you didn't put a credit card in there and you want to pay by check or some other method, you'll have to stop at the desk on the way out. But it's really simple, it's really slick, and it shouldn't take very long to go through that at all. So again, thank you all for coming and participating tonight. This is what really makes the world better and affects change in our community. So thank you again.
I can tell 2025 is going to be a good year. Thank you for coming, everybody.
All right, good night. One other thing I forgot. It was in all of our write-ups and our notes and everything, but Angie Craig has agreed to match the bids on the caramels up to $500 total. So bid those caramels up and we'll get an extra contribution from Angie Craig. And Pat Powers is here. She makes these caramels every year, and they're just delicious. So they're nicely packaged in Christmas tins, and you can take those home and be a friend for everyone. So thank you.